Hi, this is Paul on the Timberwalkers channel. My wife and I came out here to the lake for a couple of days and we're doing some camping and paddling. Thought I would do a quick little short video on some of the gear you might want to take with you if you're new to kayaking or paddling. This is going to strictly be referring to flat water kayaking on warm days in fairly calm water. One of the first things you want is a line, and in boating I think we don't call it a rope or a string, we call it a line, and that comes in pretty handy if you're out and you want to beach somewhere or tie up somewhere. Another thing I like to have is some kind of footwear just in case I do have some kind of issue and there's something that comes up where I need to walk out. I don't want to have to do that barefoot, so I do like to carry some footwear with me in the boat. A small towel can certainly come in handy. You're definitely going to want your cell phone, and having one of these protective covers for your cell phone is certainly a good idea. Don't forget water. If you're going to be out for more than an hour or so, you might want to have some snacks in a cooler as well. I'm a big believer in sun protection, so I've definitely got my sunglasses. I also have some sun protection gloves. I like those a lot, and I wear a broad brimmed hat and one of those long sleeve swim shirts. And of course also sunscreen is a key ingredient as well. Obviously I have my main paddle that I use, but I also like to carry a spare paddle. Now in our case there were 3 of us paddling and we only carried 1 spare paddle. That's probably sufficient. Pretty unlikely that more than one person would break or lose a paddle. You also need, and this is obviously a 2-piece paddle that I just have broken down here in the back of the boat. Having some type of way to bail water out of the boat if you do get swamped or even just get a little bit of splash. So I carry a sponge. This is just a car wash sponge that I picked up at the discount store, and I also have a bailer that I made out of a Clorox bottle. There's also better devices, more high-tech devices like pumps, hand pumps and things like that, so it just depends on your need. I've got a handy little dry box here that I picked up just for keeping some little tools in, or you could stick your phone in. A knife, I think, is a crucial piece of equipment. Today we were out and we came across a goose, a Canada goose, that had been tangled up in fishing gear, and I don't know that we saved it, but we did release it from the fishing line, and hopefully at least it had a more peaceful end of life. And I also carry this handy little monocular. So you might not want to take your expensive binoculars out with you, but just in case you see something you want to take a closer look at, these little binoculars are pretty inexpensive and can let you take a little closer look at something. I've also got my camera gear, and I do keep that usually in a dry bag just to make sure I don't damage anything. Another item that I always like to carry is a throw cushion. That's this yellow cushion here, and it does float. So if you were to come across a swimmer in the water that needed some help, you could toss that to them and offer them some aid. And of course you will want to check with your local laws and see what equipment might be required. I believe in the place that I live you are required to not necessarily wear, but at least have a PFD, and I certainly like to have that with me. I also carry a signaling device. I've got a whistle there so that I can signal to another boater if I do need some assistance. And the last thing I would mention is something I didn't really think about, but I thought of today, is a first aid kit. So I was trying to rescue that little Canada goose today, and I got a little cut, and I sure would have liked to have had some antiseptic and a band-aid. So that's something I'm going to add. So that is a quick overview of the gear that I like to carry on my little day trips during warm weather. If you've got other gear that you like to carry or that you think I've left off, please let me know. And also I will include a full checklist in my blog, and there's a link below in the description of this video. Thanks for watching, and happy paddling.